There are a lot of different types of GPS trackers out there to help you keep tabs on your little ones. To help you find the right match, we're going to look at 4 different types of GPS trackers. The first type of tracker we're going to look at is a wearable. And the thing that's cool about it is it's often combined with smartwatch features. Some of the musts that you want to make sure are included in a GPS tracker, obviously, is that you've got good GPS coverage, and two-way talk is a really great feature. You can see a speaker right here, a really great feature in a wearable that lets you communicate with your kid, and they can kind of feel like they're a superhero because they have their magic watch that they can talk into. One thing to know, this particular wearable, which is a pretty typical size, it's a little bit smaller than an Apple Watch and a little bit bigger than a Fitbit. So this is going to be something to consider more when your kid is starting kindergarten or anywhere in grade school, depending on how much control you want them to have and how much access to things like games, fitness trackers, and extra features that are really common in this type of a GPS tracker. Some of the cons of a wearable tracker are that it relies on the kid not taking it off. Now this one is very simple. It's just a basic, typical watch band with no extra security or latches. However, you can find wearable trackers that do kind of seal up and only the grown-up, it's like a finger trap, and only you should be able to get it off so that your kid would not be able to slip it off or take it off if it was bugging them. And the GPS tracking on a lot of wearables often don't work as well indoors. So a lot of them were designed to track your kid outside at the park, at the bus stop, walking from school to home. And so that's something to be aware of if you want to be using it a lot when they're indoors. Read a lot of reviews and find out which ones have the best reviews for good GPS tracking inside. And battery life can be an issue, especially if you've got games and fitness trackers, because they're running all the time. And watch out for monthly fees. There's a lot of Verizon watches and different cellular brands that have smartwatches for kids that are also trackers, and those are going to require a contract and a monthly fee. All right, the next type that we're going to look at is a screenless phone, but it's a two-way talking device that lets you check in with your kid and see where they are. It includes a GPS tracking technology and the two-way audio. So what happens here is it will buzz, you'll call your kid and they'll just hit this button to talk, and they can talk to you. You can see how they're doing, let them know you're running late, if you're running late to pick them up from somewhere. And also it's gonna sync with an app on your phone, so you'll be able to check in and make sure they're where they're supposed to be. The downsides here is that this is very limited. It doesn't have any fun functions for the kid. It's a really utilitarian device. But I think that it's a great option if you are not ready to give your kid a smartphone, and if you don't want extra distractions like games, which could run out the battery life, when what you really have the device for is to keep track of your kid. Big con here, it's not wearable. You're gonna have to rely on your kid to keep this in their pocket or in their backpack. But this particular brand, which is called Relay, doesn't require any contracts, simple, budget-friendly option. Our next tracker that we're gonna talk about is the AngelSense tracker. This tracker was designed specifically for kids with disabilities and other special needs. This tracker includes 30-second updates. It will send you updates every 30 seconds to let you know where your kid is. And one of the coolest features is there's a listen-in capability. Also gives you two-way talk. And if you listen in, it's not gonna alert anybody that you're listening, but it lets you have that extra peace of mind that things are going all right. And the two-way talk feature on this one also is really cool because your kid doesn't have to hit a button for it to work. They don't have to do anything. If you call them and activate it, they're just gonna be able to talk to you. And so you don't have to worry about them getting to it quickly or fumbling with it, which is cool because this is a really bulky device. It's difficult and you don't want them to lose it. And so the device comes with several different pouches and things like this that you can insert. You can insert the tracker in, and then you can tie this around your kid's waist. It comes with another feature that you can affix to the back of their t-shirt or sweatshirt. And so there are ways to secure it. So the bulkiness of this is not awesome. And it doesn't make it a really practical wearable, but it does have special features that if you have a kid with specific needs, you're going to really appreciate. Along with that though, this one does come with expensive monthly fees. So you will buy the device up front and then you're gonna be paying anywhere from about 33 to 40 bucks a month for the service. And the last type of GPS tracker for kids that we're going to talk about are standalone trackers. Here are two different types that you can use. This is a pendant that you could tuck in a pocket, you could stick it in a backpack, or you could go ahead and string a cord through it and they could wear it around their neck. And this is something that doesn't do anything but track where your kid is. It will send you updates through an app and you'll be able to, keep track of them and make sure that they're okay. But it's very stripped down and simple. Another way to do it is, this is something, it's called the BZT patch. And it's kind of cool because they have a lot of different options that are supposed to be fun and exciting for kids. And you get the patch, which is sort of like the disguise for the tracker, which is this little device. And what they recommend that you do is sew this patch around the tracker and affix it to something that your kid's gonna have with them most of the time that you wanna be tracking them. Whether that's a backpack, it's their winter jacket, something that they're not gonna be leaving home without. And this is a really discreet option for a GPS tracker because it's the only thing we have here that a bystander that maybe had nefarious ideas in their head wouldn't be able to know for sure is something that could track your kid. And it's also really super affordable. Both of these are really on the lower end as far as what you're gonna have to shell out, and there aren't any monthly fees to go along with them. For more information, go to Safewise.com and see our full roundup of the best kids GPS trackers, plus in-depth reviews from our team of parent testers who've tried these things out with their own little kids.